Imagine you're sitting in class or at work, or maybe you're just scrolling through your phone, then suddenly everything stops, not slows down, stops. The person next to you freezes mid sentence. Cars outside stop moving. Birds hang motionless in the air. Even the leaves on the trees stop swaying. At first, you'd probably think you were hallucinating. Maybe you hit your head. Maybe you're dreaming. But after a few minutes, a terrifying realization begins to set in. Time has stopped. For everyone except you. You cautiously approach another person. No response. You wave your hand in front of their face. Nothing. It's as if the entire world has been paused, and somehow you're the only thing still moving. At first, it would be incredible. Think about it. No deadlines, no responsibilities, no consequences. The entire world is yours to explore. You could walk through empty streets, visit places normally packed with people, enter buildings you've never seen inside. You could spend hours wandering through a frozen city that feels like a giant museum. For a while, it would be the greatest adventure imaginable. But then you'd discover a problem. Actually, a lot of problems. The first is transportation. A car won't help much because other cars are frozen in place. Roads become giant obstacles. Airplanes can't fly because nobody is operating airports. Trains are stuck. Ships are stuck. The entire transportation system has essentially become a collection of statues. Then comes food. At first, this isn't an issue. Stores are full. Restaurants are full. You have access to almost anything you want. But eventually, food starts spoiling. Nobody is producing more. Nobody is harvesting crops. Nobody is restocking shelves. For the first time, you'd begin understanding how much work it takes to keep civilization running. Every day you survive, the world becomes slightly harder to live in. But none of those problems are the worst part. The worst part is loneliness. The first week alone might feel exciting. The first month might feel manageable. The first year, that's a different story. Humans aren't built to be completely isolated. We need conversations. We need relationships. We need other people. Without them, the mind begins doing strange things. You might start talking to yourself, then answering yourself. You might create routines just to stay sane. Wake up, exercise, read, explore, sleep, repeat. Anything to keep your mind occupied. Years pass, then more years. At some point, you stop counting. You've read entire libraries, learned multiple languages, mastered instruments, studied subjects that would normally take a lifetime to understand, because that's exactly what you've been given, a lifetime, maybe several. Imagine spending 20 years learning everything you can about physics, then another 20 studying history, then another 20 learning every language you can find. You become the most educated person on earth, not because you're a genius, but because you're the only person with unlimited time. Decades pass, the city around you slowly changes, buildings decay, plants grow through cracks in the pavement, nature begins reclaiming the world. Without humans maintaining civilization, Earth starts taking it back. And still, you're alone. Then one day, after what feels like an entire lifetime, something happens. A bird moves, just slightly. You freeze. Did you imagine it? Then a leaf falls from a tree. A car inches forward. A person blinks. Time has started again. The world comes back to life. People continue their conversations. Drivers continue their journeys. Students continue taking notes. To everyone else, not even a second has passed. They have no idea anything happened. But you know the truth. You've spent decades alone. You've watched the world stand still. You've lived an entirely different life. And now you're expected to return to normal. How do you explain that? How do you tell someone you've lived 50 years since the last sentence they spoke? You can't. Nobody would believe you. To them, you're exactly the same person you were a moment ago. But inside, you're someone completely different, because while everyone else experienced a single second, you experienced a lifetime. And that's the strange thing about time. Most people spend their lives wishing they had more of it. But if you were truly given all the time in the world, you might discover that what makes life meaningful isn't having unlimited time, it's having people to spend it with.